Tocqueville came to the United States officially to study American prisons, but his real intellectual project was far broader. He wanted to understand democracy itself, which he believed was the defining force of the modern age. For Tocqueville, democracy was not simply about elections or constitutions. It was about equality of conditions, a social reality in which inherited hierarchy had weakened and individuals increasingly saw themselves as social equals. He believed this democratic transformation was inevitable, spreading across Europe and the world. The central question was not whether democracy would arrive, but whether it would coexist with liberty or collapse into soft despotism. Democracy and liberty, a fragile relationship. One of Tocqueville's most important insights is that democracy does not automatically guarantee freedom. In fact, he warned that democratic societies face unique dangers precisely because of their emphasis on equality. He identified two major threats. Tyranny of the majority. Tocqueville observed that democratic majorities can become as oppressive as kings. When public opinion becomes absolute, dissenting individuals may be legally free but socially silenced. This tyranny operates not through violence but through conformity and moral pressure. Democratic despotism, soft despotism. Tocqueville feared a future in which citizens seeking comfort and security would surrender responsibility to a powerful administrative state. This form of despotism would not be cruel or overtly authoritarian, but paternalistic, reducing citizens to passive dependence who no longer govern themselves. In this sense, Tocqueville anticipated later concerns about the modern welfare state and bureaucratic overreach, without rejecting democracy itself. Civil society, the key to American freedom. What most impressed Tocqueville about America was not its constitution alone, but its civil society, the dense network of voluntary associations that existed between the individual and the state. He observed that Americans constantly formed associations for religious life education, moral reform, economic cooperation, political advocacy. These associations served several critical functions. They checked state power by solving problems locally, they trained citizens in self-government and cooperation, they prevented isolation and excessive individualism. For Tocqueville, civil society was democracy's great stabilizer. Where individuals learned to act together freely, liberty could survive equality. Local government and self-rule. Tocqueville placed special emphasis on local institutions, especially town meetings in New England. He argued that freedom is learned not in national elections, but in local participation. Local self-government cultivates political responsibility, encourages civic virtue, prevents over-centralization. In Tocqueville's view, centralized power, even when democratic, weakens liberty by removing citizens from the practice of governing themselves. Religion and liberty. Contrary to Enlightenment expectations, Tocqueville did not see religion as an enemy of democracy. Instead, he argued that religion supports liberty by providing moral limits on individualism and materialism. In America, religion operated independently of the state, reinforced moral self-restraint, supported democratic equality without dominating politics. This separation paradoxically made religion stronger and more socially influential. Tocqueville's enduring significance. Tocqueville's analysis remains essential because he grasped a core tension of modern democracy. Democracy expands equality, but liberty requires restraint, participation, and moral culture. He occupies a unique place in liberal thought, more cautious than Enlightenment rationalists, more sociological than constitutional theorists, more optimistic than later critics of mass democracy. Tocqueville teaches that free societies depend not only on laws, but on habits of the heart, customs, associations, and civic responsibility that no constitution alone can create. In short, Alexis de Tocqueville explained why democracy can flourish, how it can fail, and what citizens must do to preserve liberty within it. His work remains a cornerstone for understanding liberal democracy, civil society, and the moral foundations of freedom.